Hello guys, in this video I'll be showing you the difference between the default Bollinger Band setting and the default Bollinger Band trading pattern and my special Bollinger Band setting, and I'll be showing you how exactly you can incorporate both the default Bollinger Band and that of my special Bollinger Band in order to get a high probability trade entry. So what this default Bollinger Band will help you to do is for you to have a trade in the direction of the existing trend. So here is my special Bollinger Band setting. As you can see, the period is 130. The deviation is 2.0. The shift is 0. You apply it to close. So this is the Bollinger Band I use for my trading. And the moving average is period 10. The shift is 0. Method is exponential. You apply to close. And the second moving average is period 25. So you can do all of these settings. Then we have a relative strength index. And here is the setting. And for the style, change this color to white if your chart background is white. And if your background is black, kindly change it to black because we don't want the line to appear. Then afterwards, we have our commodity channel index, and this is the setting for our commodity channel index. So if you have done this setting correctly, your chart will be looking exactly like mine. So I've been explaining, and if you are conversant with this channel, you will know that by now we use our middle Bollinger Band in order for us to determine our direction of the market. If you are not too good in identifying structural points, you can use this to determine either you are in an uptrend or in a downtrend. So when price is consistent below the middle Bollinger Band, it's a downtrend, and when price is consistent above it, it's an uptrend. Then we use this moving average for us to time our entries. So if you are not too good, you need additional entry confirmation, you can watch a video on this channel where we've discussed that already. While our indicator window is basically for identifying divergence, and since we are trading in line with the trend, we need divergence in order for us to know that we are at the end of a pullback. And that is what the essence of this divergence. But today we are looking at how exactly can you incorporate the default Bollinger Band, and what is the difference of the default Bollinger Band with my Bollinger Band. Of course, the difference is the setting, which is the period. So the Bollinger Band I'm using is this that I've shown earlier. The period is 130. Now I will be adding the default Bollinger Band. Someone might be wondering, how do you add the default Bollinger Band? I'm not going to add the default Bollinger Band to the same chart with my own because I don't want the chart to be rough. But if you prefer doing that on your own, that's fine. So what do? I'm going to bring up another indicator window. So if you don't know how to do that, I will guide you through in this same video. For you to bring up additional window on your chart, all you need to do is for you to tap on your screen, and all of this icon will pop up. Then you click on this. This is your window, right? Let me get a different color. Yeah, so this is your window, so you can click on that. So I'm going to click on it now. Good. Can you see that? So once you click on it, you will see an option for new window. So I'm going to click on the new window. I just did that now. You can see that a default window just popped up. So this is now a default window. So as you can see on my screen, this is window 1, and then this is window 2. So which means that you can have two windows with different assets, different time frame at a goal using your smartphone, and you can use this as your market watch in order for you to observe your trade. So what do? I am going to set my indicator, the default Bollinger Band, on the recent window. So I'm going to do that right away, and I've tapped on it. Just take note of this, that any of the window that is being shaded with this sky blue line that you are seeing is the window that whatever you do will be effect on it. So if I want to move it to the next window, I'll tap on the second window. You can see that already. So I'm going to tap on this last window now, and I'm going to set up my indicator. You can see there's no indicator on it, so I'm going to bring my Bollinger Band. As you can see now, this is the default Bollinger Band. The period is 20, the deviation is 2.0. I'm going to save it, and that has been applied. Can you see that? So this is what we want to do. Now this is the default Bollinger Band. This is the default Bollinger Band. So what are we going to do on our main chart? We are having crash 500. So let me bring up crash 500 on this. Let's see. Beautifully well. So now let's look at what is happening. Now if you look at, let's move to 1 hour time frame. That's great. Now this is on our 1 hour time frame, and now I want to show you something. Now this is where they trace, and this is how you can actually take advantage of this strategy, and you will love it. I might not be able to do all of this explanation in this video, so I'm still going to make it in part. The last series is going to be the next video after this, so please anticipate and do well to watch that particular video. Now you have heard me talk about exhaustion point, that whenever price pulls to my lower Bollinger Band, I see it as an exhaustion point. Exhaustion point in the sense that when price pull back to this lower Bollinger Band, one of the things that happens is that there will be a rejection from this lower Bollinger Band, and then for price to pull from the lower Bollinger Band towards the middle Bollinger Band, which is actually a pullback. So maybe if you are interested in taking that pullback, before this pullback will happen, something will happen on the default Bollinger Band. And what is that thing that will happen? You will notice that there will be a range on the default Bollinger Band. So the default Bollinger Band in this case will help us to get a consolidation. So whenever you see the default Bollinger Band shrink together, just as you can see that it becomes very tight here. It is shrinking together. It means that the market is consolidating, which means that there is a tendency that price is about to reverse, because price has been below the lower Bollinger, the middle Bollinger Band, and has been along the lower Bollinger Band for a long time, which is an exhaustion point. So for price now to move to the upside, it will take time to range. It will consolidate. There will be need for a buying order to be filled before price can move to the upside. So once you begin to see this range, and you look at the special Bollinger Band with period 130, and price is hanging around, you know that a reversal is imminent. So if you have been selling this for a long time, immediately you spot, you see this consolidation is another exit signal for you to exit your trade. And afterward, you can see that price cross above the upper Bollinger Band, the middle Bollinger Band, and then price begins to push up. So I am trying to give you an idea of how this works. So which means that you can actually use this to trade this pullback a little. Okay, let's go back a little and see what happens based on this particular 1 hour time frame. So you can see how this keeps playing out continuously on a default, at the default Bollinger Band, but you won't see all of this shrinking on the lower Bollinger Band. Look at this scenario too as well. You realize that here the Bollinger Band begins to shrink together. So you can actually use this to time your entry as far as trading is concerned. So you can see how this shrink. Now let me take you to 15-minute time frame, because it will be much more better taking your entry on a 15-minute time frame. Okay, so here we are. Look at this zone here. This movement you saw here is what happens in all of this place. All of this place is the movement you are seeing up there. So you can see how it happens on a 15-minute time frame. It ranges over time. So it is easier to make your entry on a 15-minute time frame. How will you make this entry on a 15 time frame? You will wait for this particular signal. Once this range begins to happen on a 15-minute time frame, just as you can see here, and you know that price has been around the lower Bollinger Band for a very long time, and then price begin to range, you know that definitely a pullback is about to happen. And that means in this ranging is a consolidation, is a collection of order. You can see how far it has been ranging. All of this range you are seeing is what has happened here. So you'll be seeing that already you know. Now you are not doubting when this range. Let me tell you the advantage of this. Already price has been at the lower Bollinger Band. I am not saying it works 100%, but it works 80 to 90%. Already price has been around the lower Bollinger Band. So now, when you are seeing this range, it will not break out as a sell, because price has been here for a long time. And you yourself, you know that no price, no market buys or sell forever. So definitely, there should be a pullback. So this range is telling you that the price is consolidating at this moment in order for the pullback that you have been anticipating to happen. So you will no longer be looking for opportunity to sell, but rather opportunity to buy. And before this particular buy trend will come to an end, remember it is still a sell structure. I have to off my network to avoid notification. Sorry about that. Now, if this price is going to begin to sell back later, maybe by then price has put to the middle Bollinger Band. And once price above come to the middle Bollinger Band, you will now notice that there will now be a consolidation on your 15-minute time frame. So in that consolidation, you can now easily pick up your trend line to draw or wait for price to close below the middle Bollinger Band, the default Bollinger Band, and then it will be your sell entry. This might look a bit complicating, but I tell you it works, right? It works very well. All you need to do is for you to watch the video more than once, get conversant with what I am saying. So you can see that because price has been at this place has been around this zone, and then you begin to see this range, the next thing you should anticipate is a buy. And you can see how it bought. So this pattern works most often. It works. It works. Let's look at boom 600. Great. Now look at what happened here on this boom 600. If you observe, you know that price has been playing around below the middle Bollinger Band, and it is playing around that zone, right? So you will realize that there is a consolidation around this zone, and afterward price move to the upside, and then you can see how it begins to move. Now I will want you to observe this. Like I said, it's going to be a bit complicated, but I want you to spend time on it, and I will try a better way to explain this in the subsequent video. But this works. Just anticipate for the next video. Thank you for watching, and if you are yet to subscribe to the channel, what are you waiting for? In the next video, there will be a network so that I can find entry to explain better what I'm trying to tell you. Thank you for watching, and see you in the subsequent video.